Party people. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about wedding dress shopping. I'm so excited about this video. So I actually have wanted to film this video for a while and I went back and forth about it. And I was like, girl, should you be putting a picture of you up out there on the internet in a wedding dress before your wedding for people to see? But you know what? This is an awesome time in my life. I'm filming YouTube videos to help you guys, and I want to look back on this one day and be able to like remember all of the fun memories I had and everything I went through when I was wedding planning. So I was like, you know what? We're doing it. We are doing it. So we will be discussing the like tips and tricks that I have for you guys when it comes to finding your wedding dress, whether you're a bride, a mother of a bride, a bridesmaid, or whatever, whether you're just a girlfriend and you know that that ring is coming, then this is just gonna help you kind of really sift through all of the billions and billions and billions of dresses out there in the world and all the Pinterest pictures and narrow it down to what will make it easiest for you when it comes to wedding dress shopping. Make sure that if you are new here, you go below and you click subscribe before you leave or before you go on to watch the rest of this video. Click that button. I know you want to. But if you guys want to see my tips and tricks on wedding dress shopping and see the pictures of the dress that I originally purchased and then returned, please keep watching. So I just want to give you guys some tips and tricks on wedding dress shopping and what I wish I would have done and what I thought was helpful, yada yada. So number one is to do your research. I used the knot.com, the Knot Wedding app, and I kind of just went through. You can really search dresses on there and look at silhouettes and price ranges and, you know, dresses in different states. And what I love about the Knot is that also when it comes to dresses, it will show you where a dress is located. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really love that dress, and then it's like, oh, it's located in Arizona and you're in Florida, like you just have to make that decision whether or not, you know, you're willing to go out there for that dress. So you can kind of set your range and figure out, you know, exactly what kind of style you're getting. I also think that Pinterest is a really great place to do your research, but I think that Pinterest can be extremely overwhelming. It is a great place to get inspiration, like just for picture purposes, so you can take it to a bridal consultant and say, hey, this is the, you know, I love the lace on this gown, or I love the sleeves on this gown. That way, you're not just totally going in like, I don't know what I want. But Pinterest is a little overwhelming, so I would just more or less use that for inspiration. Another place that I found really great, not technically like research, but I could kind of sit down and like figure out exactly what I wanted, was the dress section of the Mindy Wise wedding planning book that I talked about in my wedding planning materials video, which I will link down below for you guys if I can remember. Basically what it has is it has this little perfect thing where you can like paste a picture of the dress, and then it asks the like dress name, the designer, price, store, contact, and notes. And then down here, you can check off whether or not it has embellishments, zippers, lining, buttons, and fabric according to what you want, whether it's perfect or mediocre. So this can kind of just help you keep organized about dresses that you have and have not tried on. It is also very, very important to already have your venue. I cannot say that enough. You need to know what time of year you're going to be getting married, and you need to have your venue. If I was getting married in October, I would have considered trying on dresses with sleeves. I'm getting married May 26th. I said, absolutely not, nothing with sleeves. It's also very important to know your venue, just because you need to know where you're going. I'm a bridesmaid in a wedding in October, and her actual like aisle that we'll be walking down is grass. And so, you know, that didn't really matter to her, but the aisle that I'll be walking down is brick. So if you have a dress that's got a material that's gonna pick very easy, you know, you have to consider, is it gonna be worth this money that I'm paying for this really awesome dress if it's just gonna pick when I'm literally walking down the aisle? Definitely just do your research first, know where your venue is, and know what time of year you're gonna be getting married. The next tip that I have is to take a very small group with you wedding dress shopping. Now I know that some of my bridesmaids were a little upset that I didn't take them wedding dress shopping, but it was just me and my mother. My mother is my matron of honor. She is the most important opinion when it comes to things like that, and so I knew that the only opinion that mattered was my mom's, and so I really didn't need all of the other fluff when it came to trying on wedding dresses. It's very, very important that you have like very small group with you. Very, very small. Small, small, small. I know years ago when I wasn't even, I don't even think I was dating Sam. No, I wasn't dating Sam yet. I saw a YouTuber who made a wedding series, and she actually had only one of the helpful wedding series that I've seen to this day. And when it came to her wedding dress shopping, she was like, I really think you guys should try on the dress, and when you find it, go home and think about it. Don't say yes immediately. And I was like, what did she just say? Did she just say go home and think about it? No, no, no. But had I gone home and thought about the dress that I had tried on that I wanted to say yes to, I wouldn't have purchased it, and then I wouldn't have turned around and then had to return the dress and go through that whole thing and go and find another dress. I really, really wish that I would have tried on the dress that I really, really loved, taken a bunch of pictures, gone home for the night, thought about it, and then went back the next day and made the decision to either purchase or not purchase. A lot of bridal consultants will probably push you to make that sale. They want to make that sale. Most of them, if not all of them, are on commission. But you have to remember that this is going to be the one dress that you wear on the one most important day of your life. You really need to make an educated decision. My next tip: know how much you want to spend on your accessories. When I got in the wedding dress that I'm going to be wearing, I was like, okay, it's perfect. I love it. Now I need a veil. And they put this veil on my head, and I was like, yes. And then they're like, okay, it's $530. And I was like, is what? Like so expensive, right? For a veil. The shoes that I'm going to be wearing, they're extremely affordable. But again, that's something that you need to consider, because I was just like, oh, my dress price point is this. And then I didn't even think about the veil being a different price, and your undergarments being a different price, and your shoes being a different price. You just have to think about all aspects of that. So that's $500 for a veil, $200 for a petticoat, the price of the dress, and then any accessories that you wear. So you guys just really need to be like ready financially for wedding dress shopping, and how much you want to spend and how much you will not break when it comes to buying the dress of your dreams. So the next tip I have for you guys is to know what style you want, but be open. I went into the appointment and I was like, I want a high neck gown, halter style or whatever, with cap sleeves or spaghetti strap sleeves or whatever. I just wanted a little something here to kind of keep the dress up. I was like, I want a mermaid, very form-fitted gown, and I was like, that's all I'm gonna try on. And you'll see the pictures, that's what I tried on. And that is neither the dress that I bought and returned or the dress that I will be wearing on the day of my wedding. I did not purchase a mermaid gown at all. And that's what I went in very adamant that I was like, yes, I want a mermaid gown. And the bridal consultant just kind of was like, well, you know, you can just try on an A-line gown and keep your mind open. And when I was like, keep my mind open, huh? And once I did, I went from having 2 dresses to try on to like 20 dresses that I could have tried on. And so that just made it a little bit easier to kind of narrow down what was very, very important, like a hard detail for wedding dresses, and then what was like a soft detail for wedding dresses. Because I was like, oh, I absolutely want mermaid. And I was like, ooh, I like that. It's not mermaid. Ooh, that one's pretty. It's not mermaid. So know what style you want, but definitely be open, because in the end, the dress that I ended up purchasing for the second time and that I will be wearing on my wedding day is not a mermaid gown. That's all I'm really gonna say about it. And it's high neck. So that was like the perfect blend of the two. I knew I wanted a high neck gown that had like pretty covered well up here. Then I was like, oh, I want mermaid and I want high neck, and I compromised and I have high neck and not mermaid. The next tip I have is to not feel pressured. I've seen some people and they're like, oh, you need to go to 8 bridal shops. Some people are like, you need to go to 1 and find it at 1. Some people are like, oh, try on 1,000 dresses. That would be so stupid if you don't try on 1,000 dresses. Some people are like, girl, try on 3, that's it, make it simple. Don't feel pressured to do anything. Just be relaxed, be excited, do what you want, do what you feel is right. And ultimately, in the long run, you will find the dress that you want if you just don't feel pressure to please everybody else. The final tip I have for you guys before I get into showing you the wedding dresses that I tried on is to just have fun. I feel like this is something that a lot of brides hear is, oh, you're supposed to have fun, but it's in reality so hard to sit down and be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love writing out all of these addresses. This is so fun. Oh my gosh, I love picking up napkin rings. This is fun. When it comes to finding your wedding dress, that should be fun, and you guys just need to remember that. So now we're gonna get into my wedding dress shopping experience. I'll show you guys pictures of what the dresses I tried on were. I'll show you like me in them, and then I will also tell you the name of the dress and the price point, and that all of the dresses that I'm showing you here are from David's Bridal, because you might see one you like. I don't know. So the dress shopping experience that I'm going to be talking to you guys about right now is when I went into a bridal shop and purchased a gown in the shop. David's Bridal in Spartanburg is where I went, and I had a great experience, but that is what I'm talking about now. And then I will talk about buying my wedding dress that I will be wearing at the wedding online, because the dress that I purchased in store, I did return. So I think I initially said that I tried on like 5 gowns. I was wrong, I only tried on 4. I only have pictures of me in 3 because one of the gowns I put on and I literally walked out and I was like, no. And I turned around and walked back in. But I will show you just like the stock photo of it. Going to David's Bridal in Spartanburg was not a hard decision. I never pictured myself buying a dress from there, because I always thought like David's Bridal carries gowns that are average. And then when I went in, the ladies were incredible. The bridal consultant was amazing. I had the most fun shopping there, and like even now my bridesmaids dresses are from David's Bridal. So if you're gonna, you know, disregard David's Bridal, don't do that. It really is an awesome place. They have so many different dresses at really good price points. But when it came to returning my dress, they were also really helpful and understanding, and that was such a hard thing for me to do. I mean, I remember I was on the phone sobbing with this lady going, oh my god, I have to return my dress, and she was like, that's fine, just bring it in, like we get that happens, it's fine. But we'll get into that later in the video. So without further ado, here are the wedding dresses that I tried on. So I'm going to be looking at the dress on my phone, so if you guys see me like looking down a lot, that's what I'm doing, so I can really describe it to you guys. But I will also post a picture here for you guys to look at in detail. So this is the very first dress that I tried on from David's Bridal. It was absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I went in saying, oh, I want a high-necked mermaid gown, and that's what I was given. I loved this gown. Not sure if you guys can really tell, there's buttons all the way up the back and it's sheer. It was a beautiful gown. I definitely wasn't a fan of the nude-ish color under the lace, and I wasn't a fan of how it was covered in lace and it was straight with tulle. I thought this gown was absolutely gorgeous, and I actually saw it on a model at a bridal show, like bridal fair, after I had purchased my gown, and it looked way prettier on her than it did on me, but the dress is just stunning. It just wasn't what I wanted for my wedding dress. So at David's Bridal, the gown is called the Beaded Venice Lace Trumpet Wedding Dress. The color that I tried on was ivory champagne. It also comes in solid white and ivory blush if you're into like a colored wedding dress. The style number, or I guess style name, is SWG723, and it originally runs for $1,058, and right now it's on sale for $958. The very next dress that I tried on is the one that I do not have a picture of, and I walked out, I had the dress on, I walked out and I said, no. And I turned around and I walked back in. I will insert the stock photo here. And just like the other gown, this dress is beautiful. It just wasn't me. I definitely, I had just had surgery like a few weeks prior to this appointment, and so I was a little bit like bigger and like weird places. I was still a little pudgy from the weight that I had gained from not being able to move so much. So I was a little bit insecure, and I think that the dress is also not fitting me. This dress and then the last dress that I showed you, they really didn't fit, like they didn't zip well. And I just wasn't a fan of the way the dress made me feel. It made me feel like I was being pulled down, and it was a gorgeous dress. It is the Oleg Cassini Lace Trumpet Wedding Dress. Oleg Cassini makes beautiful gowns, especially at David's Bridal, and they are super affordable. The style is CWG747, and it originally runs for $1,358, and right now it's on sale for $1,258. The dress comes in solid ivory, ivory champagne, and solid white. And if I had to guess, I would say that the dress that I'm showing you right now is in ivory champagne, which is also the dress color that I tried on, and I didn't love it. the third dress. I actually almost said yes to this dress. There are 3 reasons why I did not. I know my face is cut off in this photo because I was looking a little rough in that photo, and if you guys can tell, I'm holding, that yellow thing I'm holding in my hand is a tissue. I cried. This dress was stunning. I walked out in it and I was like, oh my gosh. I'll actually show you the back of the dress now. The back of the dress just had the most beautiful, it had buttons all the way down. The lace detail was literally from top to bottom. It was a beautiful gown. I'm not sure if you guys can really tell. So there is a picture of the back of the gown. As you can see, the lace goes all the way down and there are buttons. It was absolutely stunning. This is also an Oleg Cassini gown. I'll tell you the details in 1 second. We'll go back to the first picture, and as you guys can see, that dress sits very, very low on me. Now, as I said, I wanted a high neck gown. I have a very long chest and then a lot happening here. And so I was a little afraid at how low the dress sat on me that I was gonna be nervous or explaining myself or, oh, I'm so sorry that I look like a porn star on my wedding day, Nana. I wasn't a fan of that. The second thing was that this dress, in order to be as form-fitted as I wanted it to be, was going to have to literally be like skin tight, taken in, and then I wouldn't have been able to breathe. Because the third fallback is the dress material. This dress probably weighed 12 pounds. It was heavy and it was beautiful. It was so well made. But it was just such a heavy gown that I think if you're going to go for a strapless gown like this with this material, definitely more of a fall, winter, spring gown rather than summer. Ultimately, although it was absolutely beautiful, I did not end up purchasing this gown. The dress name is called Oleg Cassini Satin Lace Strapless Wedding Dress. It is style CWG 594. It originally sells for $1,358. It is now on sale for $1,258. It comes in ivory and white, and the color that you saw me wearing was, I believe that was the white color. So before I show you guys the dress that I purchased, like I said earlier, I did return this gown. That was such a hard decision to make, and I will tell you why I returned it. It was nothing wrong with the dress itself or David's Bridal. They were amazing. It just, when I took it home and I sat there and I thought about it and I was looking at all the things that needed to be done to make the dress absolutely perfect for the wedding, I was just like, this is too much. I think I made a bad decision, and I returned the dress. As I keep saying, I went in for a high neck mermaid gown. I've said it like 3,000 times in this video. This is the dress that I left having purchased. It is absolutely gorgeous. I was so taken back by this gown. I walked out and I looked at it and I was like, I feel like a bride. I felt like a princess. I felt like that little feeling that they say that you always feel when you're a little girl one day when you'll find your wedding dress. That's what I felt in this dress. It was classic, it was simple, it was perfect, it was beautiful. It came in the color soft white. This dress had pockets. This is the back of the gown. Again, beautiful. I don't think you guys can really see. It's got like 4 or 5 buttons up at the top. It was tight just there, and then it got really loose. It was flowy. It was something I could have fun in. It was something I could dance in. This is a picture of the side of the dress. You'll have to ignore that, that nice little chin I got going there. It was literally the most stunning gown ever. And they put the veil on me and I was like, yep, this is it. I cried. I thought it was beautiful. It ended up not being exactly what I thought. This dress style is called the pleated strapless wedding dress with empire waist. It is style WG3707. It is a David's Bridal Collection wedding gown, and it originally sells for $500. It is on sale right now for $400. The reason that I ended up returning it was because I got home. My mom was like, Moriah, I'm a little nervous about the top. We got the top in, and we're just gonna get real personal here, guys. On a good day, I'm a double D. On a bad day, when my boobs are swollen, I'm a triple D. So I had purchased a like corset to wear under the gown, and basically it pushed everything up really far. And then the dress only came, so the top of my chest, we're getting real personal here, guys. The top of my boobs are probably like the end here, and the dress ended about here. So we're talking about a solid 2, 3, 4 inches of exposure that I was getting. Also, the way that the corset was making my boobs look, it had this like really tight, almost was like very, very tight, so it caused this like skin, it was really showing this right here, and then the material of the dress was kind of falling away. So my mom said, let's go to a seamstress and see, you know, what alterations would have to be made if you did alter this gown. So basically when I got there, they said, no, take off the corset, you cannot wear that. You're gonna have to wear cups. We're gonna have to sew cups into it because you're gonna have to settle for your boobs looking very voluptuous if you wanna wear the corset. So we said, screw that. So we took the corset off, wasted money on that, and they put the cups in. Then the gown was going to have to be lifted and pulled in about an inch each side, and was going to have to be skin tight to keep it looking A-line. That was something that I didn't realize that the seamstress actually said. She said it looks a little low. So it was supposed to be tight here and then flow, and the tight part was almost at my belly button. So they were gonna have to like basically lift the dress and then tighten it to my skin to make it not fall. The third thing was the material of the dress. It has a great, very light feel for weddings that are in the summer. The one thing about that polyester, y'all, it was picking up everything, like every little brown spot, every little something that like grabbed hold of it. If it got like a piece of string coming out of it, like it was very obvious. And so I was like, you know what? A lot of alterations are gonna have to be done with this dress. There's a lot of what if and what if and what if. And I was just like not happy. A piece of advice that I'm actually able to give is buying your wedding dress online. I literally started over from scratch and just went through every single wedding dress and thinking about what I wanted and what mistakes I had made in purchasing a gown before. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And I found this one gown online that I really loved. So I'm not gonna say what the designer name is, but she is extremely reputable. She's known nationwide, worldwide. Her dresses are beautiful, they're well made, and so I wasn't nervous about buying the dress online. I called stores in Texas, I called stores in California, I called stores in Atlanta, I called stores in New York looking for this one particular gown. I called corporate. They were like, sorry girl, the dress you're seeing is just online and just hasn't hit any of the stores yet. And so I ended up going to the bridal salon, sitting down with a consultant, and she said, this is the size that I would recommend for you. We did try on a few dresses just like from that same designer for reference, but she was like, this is just the size that I would recommend for you. We ended up ordering the dress. It came in from the designer a few months later. It is gorgeous. I would not ever recommend buying a dress from like, you know, China. If it's gonna be one of those like, oh, if it's a too good to be true dress, it is too good to be true. If you're gonna buy a dress online, buy it from a reputable designer, from a company that you know is, you know, has the back behind them. We're gonna have it taken in just a little bit, and it will be the most perfect gown ever. I know that I rambled a lot in this video, but I hope that if anything, especially in the beginning, you got some really helpful tips from my wedding dress shopping experience. I hope that you guys take these tips and tricks really into consideration when it comes time to buy a wedding dress. I mean, it's an investment. It's an expensive gown that you're only gonna wear for a few hours on one of the most important days of your life. So you really need to take your time and think about it first. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. I will be back later this week with more videos, and I love you.